Okay, I think everyone is here who wanted to join. So hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar dedicated to Microsoft Dynamics 365 licensing. Firstly, let me introduce our company briefly. So, I'm sorry. Okay, so I think we are UDS Systems wanted to join with over 16 years of experience in Dynamics 365 CRM products to Microsoft Dynamics 365 provide various services in this domain, including implementing Dynamics 365, selling licenses, and etc. With our extensive experience in licensing, we aim to share our insights and expertise during this webinar. So now let's outline how this webinar will be structured. It will last approximately 1 hour, and throughout the sessions, feel free to ask questions by typing them into the chat. We will gather them, all of these questions, and after this session, we will address them during Q&A session. Additionally, if you have specific questions you prefer not to share publicly, or if they are highly specific, you can find a link in the chat to schedule a consultation with our company for personalized assistance. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, a few words about myself. My name is Alexander Chervuk, Dynamics 365 expert, and I have more than 8 years of experience dedicated solely to Dynamics 365 CRM, including implementation, data migration, bespoke add-ons development, and of course, licensing. Let's take a look at today's agenda. So, what we will cover today. Today, we will explore the licensing landscape, covering assigned and unassigned licenses, professional, enterprise, and team member licenses, alternative options, of course, such as power-ups per user and power-ups per app plans. Also, we'll touch on storage consideration and much more. And what is most important, I will show how to optimize the number and type of licenses to reduce cost. So whether you are new to Dynamics 365 or looking to optimize your existing licenses, this webinar is designed to provide valuable insights. I want you to notice that we have a special gift awaits for those who will stay to the end. This is the access to our unique product for license optimization. So stay with us till the end. Before we start, I want to stop a little bit on the official Dynamics 365 licensing guide, because during this webinar we will refer to it. And what is that? What is this document? This document is a regularly updated document which offers insights into licensing models, latest changes, and provides up-to-date information crucial for making informed licensing decision. So whether you are new to Dynamics 365 licensing or looking on how to optimize your licenses, this document is must to have. Okay. Now, before we move to licenses optimization, I want you to understand the licensing model, the licensing landscape. As you all know, well, maybe, yeah, Dynamics 365 applications are licensed by subscription and can be categorized into 2 broad categories. These are assigned licenses and unassigned licenses. So what are the assigned licenses? Assigned licenses, in a nutshell, give a named user or dedicated shared device access to specific products. So this is a user-based license. They are suitable for enterprise or principal users, such as including salespeople, customer service representatives, finance employees, etc. Additionally, there are so-called device-based licenses suitable for shared devices. for example, such as those in stores or warehouses. And among the assigned licenses, there are a special team member license for users with just basic access needs. We will touch on this license type a little bit later. This one is important to know about because it could save you some cost on expensive licenses, which you can replace with just this basic license. And one little note that admins do not need any license to configure or administrate Dynamics 365 application. Now let's move on to the unassigned licenses or tenant-based license. So unassigned licenses, on the other hand, provide access to features or services at the tenant level, irrespectively of the user or device involved. These licenses include options for full application access, such as Dynamics 365 Marketing, which is the part of Customer Insights from the 1st of September of 2023. Also, fraud protection, cross-application access, and I think the most important for us here is additional capacity components, such as storage that may be a subject of specific limits. Now let's take a look into assigned licenses in details to understand the licensing model. So in general, access to the core Dynamics applications begins with procurement of subscriptions for either base, this is important to understand, base or attached license. So the initial step involves acquiring a base license, which should have the highest cost among the full user licenses. If user requires a functionality from multiple core Dynamics 365 applications, they can purchase attached license on the top of the primary base license. It grants the same permissions as a base license, enabling user to operate across various business applications, but at significantly discounted rate. On the next slide, you can see a table, which is the table from licensing guide. You can find it there, which shows how our base and touch licenses combined. So, for example, let's take a look at Sales Enterprise. If you have the Sales Enterprise base license, you can combine it, for example, with Field Service. You can purchase additionally a Field Service license as an attached license. But you cannot do the same, for example, for project operations. You cannot have project operations with Sales Enterprise as attached license. This is important to understand. And let's briefly look into the list of core Dynamics CRM applications. This, of course, you can see on the slides. On this slide, Sales Enterprise and Professional, Customer Service Enterprise and Professional, Field Service, Project Operations, which exists both for a part both of ERP and CRM, and also the Customer Insights, which includes the marketing right now. So this solution is now combined of two applications, two modules. And there are also ERP applications you can see on this slide, but we will not cover the ERP part in this webinar. There are also additional add-ons. For example, for sales apps such as Sales Insights, which you can buy separately if you have Sales Enterprise or it's a part of Sales Premium. Also add-ons for customer service like chat, digital messaging, etc. I'll not stop here. Just you can see all these add-ons in the right column. But just you to know that there are additional add-ons you can purchase. Now, a few words about user and device subscription. So, as I mentioned before, certain CRM applications, such as, for example, Sales Enterprise or Customer Service Enterprise or Field Service, provide a choice between subscription licenses and device subscription. User subscription license and device subscription license. So decision depends on the number of devices a user interacts with. For example, if user utilize multiple devices, the user subscription could be more suitable for him. Vice versa, if device is shared by multiple users, a device subscription may be more appropriate. There is also so-called non-interactive users. Once again, I'll just briefly touch it because it could also help you to save some licenses. So what is that? A non-interactive user is a system user within Dynamics, allows to access Dynamics services without consuming Dynamics licenses. Each instance of Dynamics could have up to 5 non-interactive users. So how you can create them, you can see on the slide. You need to assign the license to user first, then in Dynamics change his access mode to non-interactive, and then you can remove the license. This user won't have access to the interface, but you can use them for example, API integration, because it can retrieve all the necessary data or metadata. The licenses types. So there are different licenses types depending on the functionality you need. So for example, the most common are the enterprise and professional licenses. The enterprise license, for example, includes a full spectrum of functionalities, while professional license is designed for organization not requiring the complete suite of enterprise features. Important to note here that you cannot have both Pro and Enterprise licenses on the same environment. So, for example, if you have purchased the Pro and customer service Pro and customer service Enterprise, you would need to split them over two different environments or different tenants. On the next table, you can see the list of features and which included two different licenses type. These tables can be found on page 25, 27 of licensing guide. I just want to show you that there are such tables, and using them you can check the features and which license you need to have this feature. And it can help you to make the decision which license will match your business needs. So as you can see here, for sales, this is for sales module. For sales, there are premium licenses, enterprise, and professional licenses, and also the special team member license we will touch a little bit later. We have a separate slide for that. That's also the part of this table. As you can see, it's pretty big. Also, a few words about premium and relationship sales, Microsoft relationship sales licenses. So you can, what is that? So with premium license, you will get the sales insights and will combine the sales enterprise with artificial intelligence capabilities, and Microsoft Relationship Sales combines LinkedIn Sales Navigator with Microsoft for Sales. Now team members licenses. This one is pretty important. So the team member license is a cost-effective solution for users needing just basic functionalities across Dynamics applications. Usually it's priced at, something like $8 per user per month. And it grants user read access to data and limited editing and deletion rights in predefined scenarios. It has some restrictions. As you know, Dynamics 365 is highly customizable, but team member license allows customization with maximum of 15 additional tables. which are entities in Dynamics. Also another restriction that it do not grant access to custom applications. So if you have custom applications, then team member license is not suitable for you, because that is not the custom applications are not covered in team member license. The next table actually shows the features you will get with team member licenses and the restrictions as well. So as you can see, in customization section, there is the restriction I was talking about, the maximum of 15 custom tables. You can also find this table in the licensing guide at page 47, 48. Are there other options? Of course, there are other options. These are the power-ups plans. What is that? So these plans can leverage basic, leverage basic Dynamics entities, providing unlimited custom entity support, unlike team member license. So basically, equipped with these licenses, you will have the same user-friendly, responsive interface as in Dynamics. You will use a secure dataverse for data storage, and you can try to, for example, replicate the original Dynamics 365 for sales functionality if you need, or combining it with your specific custom functionality following your business needs, or build something completely custom. But the only thing, these licenses are a little bit different, and you can find information in them in different document, not Dynamics 365 licensing guide, but in Power Platform licensing guide. You can search for it in Google or download it following the link by clicking the button from this presentation. Few words about Sales Insights. So it grants user the reporting, forecasting, AI-powered insights, and generate visualization to stay ahead of leads and opportunities, and can increase the Dynamics 365 sales up value and productivity. But it is pre-built in Sales Premium, by the way. And on the next slide, you can see the included capacity, and if it is not enough, you can purchase additional capacity. So in this table, you can compare what you get with, for example, for Sales for Premium, with Sales for Premium, or with Sales Enterprise, and also Customer Insights. Now I will not stop on its features, because most of you knows these features, the features it provides. But just one important thing I want to mention is that I already mentioned that the marketing is now the part of Customer Insights. So now marketing has a name, Customer Insights Journeys, and Customer Insights now has a name, Customer Insights Data. And they are now the same solution. That's some more information about customer journey. By the way, if you have 10 or more licenses of specific Dynamics 365 products, which are listed in the right column, you can purchase Customer Insights as a touch license. Also, there is a table about capacity, included capacity, and also the add-on capacity you can purchase separately. Also, this table exists in Dynamics 365 licensing guide. Storage is important to understand, because the Dynamics 365 now introduces a nuanced approach to storage with different types of storage. So the base license grants default capacity shared across the tenant, and additional storage can be acquired by adding additional user. So every additional base license will add you some storage. Or also you can purchase additional capacity license to increase storage. As I said, Dynamics 365 storage is categorized into 3 types. So these are database storage, file storage, and log storage. And one important note here is that attached licenses don't increase capacity, just base licenses. If we go to the next slide, check the table. Here you can see that, for example, with let's take an example here, sales enterprise or customer service enterprise or field service. So with this base license, you will get the default 10 gigabytes of database storage. The next line shows how much storage you will get with every additional base license, every additional user. So with every additional user, every additional base license, you will get additionally 250 megabytes of database. The same for file storage. That's line 3. 20 gigabytes of default, 2 gigabytes for every additional user. And for log storage, you will get 2 gigabytes of default log storage, and nothing for additional users. If you need to increase log storage, you can just purchase this as an additional add-on, capacity add-on. Additional environments. So what you may need, for example, additional database storage. If you need additional environments, for example, for creating additional sandbox, you will need to have minimum of 1 gigabyte of space available to create this environment. So this is one of the possible scenarios where you will need to have additional database capacity. I'll touch briefly external users, just to know that there are such users. These users, the external user access is available in limited situation to customers or third parties who interacts with your organization. So these users, let's say, they do not require user license to access Dynamics 365. Limited external user access is included into your individual user license. However, the graphical interface, for example, for Business Central, sales, customer service, field service, may not be accessible. And you also have the option to license Power Pages to provide external access to your business process or data. Just wanted you to know this. Also, there is such thing as minimum quantity. I'll also touch it just briefly because I think the only thing important for us here, since we are talking about Dynamics 365 CRM, so the Microsoft relationships sales requires a minimum of 10 licenses throughout the subscription. So this is the only thing is important to mention here, and you can find these requirements in the Microsoft product terms. And also, we'll briefly touch the dual rights. So remember, the dual rights are available. So if you have an on-premise solution and you buy Dynamics 365 cloud services, you can access your on-premise environments. Summarizing everything being said. So to choose the right CRM license, what you need you need to understand your organization's needs, organization CRM needs, the functionality required to effectively engage customers. You need to identify CRM user roles and match them with appropriate licenses. Also, you need to choose a CRM licensing model that allows scalability. To keep the licenses optimized, you need periodically to review CRM licensing to align with your evolving CRM strategies and your goals. Working with your partner could help you to get the best pricing for licenses. And this process, the license management, license optimization could be a complex and time-consuming task. So what you should look into is to utilize license optimization tools. And this is what we started the webinar with. So the one of such tools is license calculator. So the main question is how to choose the when we are talking about license optimization. The main question is how to choose the optimized type and quantity of licenses for your company or your client. Of course, you can collect the necessary data yourself manually. You can collect the necessary information about the company's need, main tasks, and user roles, as was mentioned on previous slide. Then read and analyze huge licensing guide to try to choose the correct licenses. And we've done it before. It has been taking a lot of time, and our managers always becomes really sleepy and unproductive until the end of the day after reading this guide. As you know, this guide is nearly 16, or maybe you don't know, but you'll see it is nearly 60 pages long and perfect for people suffering from insomnia. So to keep our managers fresh and effective during the working day, we decided to create a tool that will do all the analysis according to the guide's information itself. Thus, we have created UDS license calculator that in just a few minutes, depending on the quantity of your CRM data, gives us suggestions about the optimal license type and its average price. How it works, I will show you on real life example, but in general, this tool suggests the most suitable license for each use case, and in visual table shows the features that your team used in the selected period and displays the approximate price. You can also pre-calculate the cost of licenses after adding, removing functionality for each user. To make it easier to understand, I will reshare my screen right now and we'll show you how does it look like, and we'll show you some real life use case. So I'm stop sharing for a few seconds. Now give me just a minute. Okay. Okay, here it is. So this is the license calculator. As you can see, it has pretty simple interface. And all you need to do is to specify a date range you want to analyze. Let it be, for example, from 1st of November. And by 31st of December. Now I click OK. And I can click Run Report to start analyzing. And in a few seconds, I'll not do it right now, I'll just show you the results. In a few seconds, you will see the results like this. As you can see in this table, there is a list of CRM users from your organization, and the licenses required for these users based on their CRM usage during this specified date range. It has also the total estimated price here, and for the licenses needed, and also the estimated price of licenses for each user. In the columns, you see the licenses names. So, for example, this user needs sales enterprise and marketing, and the estimated price will be $95. If you need to get more, if you want to see more details on the features being used by this user, you can drill down by clicking View Report. Before I do that, one thing I missed, there is also Export button. And using it, you can export the analysis results into Excel spreadsheet for further processing, further analysis. So now I'll click View Report. And here it is. This is the detailed information about CRM usage by this user. What it has a list of all CRM features, and it shows whether it was used by this user in this selected time period, or it also shows that, for example, this feature has not been used, but it requires this license, just for information. Also, so yeah, as we can see, entities, create, update, delete, accounts. So accounts, this was used, and it is included into sales enterprise based license or the marketing license, which is a tenant-based license. There are some, as you can see, some features like, I don't know, here's a good example, quotes. So quotes have not been used, but for example, if this user will need this feature, he will need the sales enterprise license. There are some features, they are labeled as manual validation, which do not leave traces. So we cannot gather information whether they were used or not. So in case if you know for sure user was using some feature or is planning to use some feature, but since it doesn't have traces, it doesn't have like statistic, you can always manually select this feature with marking the checkbox to recalculate the licenses prices or show the necessary licenses. Let me show you an example. For example, I know for sure that user will work with work orders, for example. Yeah, that's a good example. So I'm selecting this feature, and by the way, this is not a manually validated feature, but still it is not in this list because it has not been used. So I'll select this one. I know that user will need it in future, so I want to plan my strategy including this feature. Now wait a few seconds. It will rebuild the report. And as you can see, now it is selected, and it shows that for using this feature, user requires also a field service license, which can be added on the top of his base sales enterprise license, so it can be purchased as additional license. So actually, simple like that. As you can see, it's simple to use, yet will save you tons of time because all of this analysis is done within a couple of minutes with this add-on, while you will spend days to collect all of this information from all the departments.
Yeah, and what it actually helps really, it helps you to analyze and compare what you initially planned as a usage and what is actually used. And if the usage is lower, you can reduce your license and find ineffective licenses. And also to suggest more effective combination of licenses, because depending on combination, you can also save money.
Yep. By the way, hello, Roman. Roman has joined us. That's what I wanted to show about this optimization tool, which you can download right now after the webinar. I'll stop sharing and reshare the slide just to go through a few slides left, and then we can move to the Q&A session. So what we have left?
For Q&A session, we have a question about comparing, and I want to say that do not go to your let's say Office 365 account and do not check your actual licenses. What it does, it just analyzes what those licenses should be, but there is no comparison. Why it shows most expensive sales license? Because some of the users are using functions that are required in Sales Enterprise. And if you have Sales Enterprise licenses as self-professional, you cannot combine them on one environment. So that's why it is showing that it should be Sales Enterprise. So it validates all the written and unwritten rules of license combinations.
Yes, right. That's a good catch. That's something I forgot to say. So now, just a few words how you can purchase, how you can buy Dynamics 365 licenses. So depending on your situation and geographical location, there are several ways to buy Dynamics 365 licenses, which includes volume licensing agreement, or you can purchase them through certified resellers, such as, for example, UDS Systems. I think I'll not stop anymore on this slide, and let's move then to the conclusion. So as you can see, the navigating the Dynamics 365 licensing requires a strategic approach. You should consider your unique needs and functionalities of various apps when you are planning your licensing strategy. So I hope this webinar was aimed to provide a roadmap for organizations to make informed decision. So I hope it was useful for you. And yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so whether you find the licensing process daunting or require any assistance with CRM customizations, configuration, bespoke development, or just seeking for a reliable partner, you can always contact us. We are here to provide you support and assistance.
Just a quick mention that tool is free for usage and can be downloaded from Microsoft App Source directly to your environment. And I think we will provide the link. So somebody please provide the link to the tool to the chat so people can take a look. Okay.
Yeah, the link to download this tool should be in the chat.
No hidden cost. Yeah, it's just for us. It's a marketing tool to promote our licensing services also, but it's also useful on its own, this tool. So you can use it free of charge for analyzing your environments.
Yep. So give me 1 second. I'll check something before we go to Q&A session. Okay, yes. Then let's maybe proceed. You can see our contacts on this slide, but let's proceed to Q&A session then. I don't see the chat, by the way.
Yeah, I think all answers that were appearing during the webinar were answered to our best possibility. But if there are some still questions open, please post them to the chat. We can try to answer them.
Okay, let's wait a couple.
Okay, maybe I can read because I think Alexander do not see the questions.
Yeah.
So the first question is, what license can we use if you don't need standard modules?
That's a good question. It was partly answered during this webinar. Actually, a good choice here is using Power-Ups plans, since they will grant you access to Dataverse. You will have the same graphical interface, and you will get unlimited customization support and even some basic Dynamics entities. And then you can use it and build your own system based on the same platform. So if you don't need the Dynamics functionalities and want to build something custom, that's a good choice for you. And they are much cheaper. And have two plans, by the way. The more expensive user plan, but it provides access to all applications, and per-app plan, which are assigned not to user but to application.
Yeah. Currently, I answer the next question. I will try to answer it, and Alexander, please help me if some clarification will be needed. So the question is, does to analyze and compare also Power-Ups licenses, or it analyzes only Dynamics 365 licenses? Maybe Alexander, you can answer. So can it define if Power-Ups license is enough or not?
It analyzes only Dynamics licenses because Power-Ups is a little bit different and even described in different guides. So no, the add-on analyzes only Dynamics licenses.
Yeah, it's quite complicated topic on its own, and we have some plans to work on it, but currently it's only addresses Dynamics 365 licenses. The next question is, can Dynamics 365 CRM licenses be downgraded or upgraded based on changing business needs?
So, yes, they can be. Let me formulate the answer. So, yes, Dynamics in general, Dynamics 365 license can be downgraded or upgraded based on your changing requirements. So you can adjust your subscription through Admin Center, Microsoft 365 Admin Center, or by contacting Microsoft support, or contacting your partner, of course. But yeah, they can be downgraded or upgraded. That's the answer is yes.
Okay, yes. The next question is summarizing pretty much what we discussed, so I just put the text on it. But yeah, I think that's it what we currently have in terms of questions.
All right, then first of all, I want to thanks everyone for coming to this webinar and for staying till the end. We hope it was helpful, and we will share the recording of this webinar and also the presentation itself. Also, in a few weeks, on February 27th of February, we will host a webinar about marketing possibilities for Dynamics 365. So feel free to attend this upcoming event. For now, thank you very much for joining us, and let's stay tuned and stay in touch. If there is nothing else that Ilya or Roman want to add, I think we can.
No. Yes, thank you for everybody to participating. If you have any additional questions, please reach us by email or schedule a consultation if you need further explanation or details.
Yeah. Good day or the rest of your day. Goodbye. See you on the next webinars.